Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. Look, somebody needs to stand up and say this. I'm outside of one of our local schools here in Wilson County in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and we have a number of our families in our church that are really upset and up in arms over all of this new Islamic indoctrination in our public school system. I know somebody says, why can't you just leave well enough alone? It's not that big a deal. They'd have to throw the history books out if they change it. Let me tell you something. When they're in 6th grade, they get a half a page of watered-down Christianity that has about as much Bible as a thimble, if you will. And now there's 28 pages that they have to learn about Islam and Muhammad and how it all came about and about the Holy Quran and the 5 pillars of Islam and how they pray and when they pray and where they pray and why they pray and about pilgrimages and all of this, and then they say that Allah is the only God. Of course, they get around that by saying, well, Allah is just the Arabic word for God, and both Christianity and Islam and Jews all serve the same God. Let me tell you something. That's a bunch of bunk. We do not serve the same God. And there has been an absolute Islamic invasion and indoctrination of our kids, and now tomorrow, of all days, on September 11th, they get to take a test about the Nation of Islam. And do not think, ladies and gentlemen, that that is any coincidence whatsoever that on September 11th that they will be taking a test on it. And so there's a number of families within our church that really are just up in arms and do not know what to do. And I'll be honest, here's what I told some of the ladies in our church. I said, listen, here's what you need to do. You need to tell your kids, take an F for the class, because I'd rather fail in man's class and get an A+ in God's class. And we need some kids that have some character that stand up, because we do not serve the God of the Nation of Islam. We do not serve Allah. And listen, I know that there are Islamic people that go to our schools and so on and so forth. If they want that indoctrination, that's fine, but our kids don't need it. That's why I took my kids out of public school, and that's why I homeschooled them. 28 pages of how, when, where, and why. Weeks and weeks of indoctrination of the Islamic religion. Let me tell you something. That is nothing more than absolute brainwashing of religion, and we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to tolerate that. And so, listen, I'm telling our folks, don't take the test. Keep your kids home from school. Send a note. Go to school with your kids and tell them you're not going to take it. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got to stand up and stand out against this foolishness, and we're trying to make this a peaceful religion when there's absolutely, positively nothing in the long run that's peaceful about it. And then what a slap in the face to make our kids take the test on September 11th. That's not a coincidence. That's ridiculous. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stand up about this. So I don't know what's going to be said, what's going to be done. You saw the video today with me and Andrew Green of Highways and Hedges Ministry. We need to have a rally. We need to pray for our kids. This is absolute indoctrination, 100,000%. And we just stand against it. Something needs to be said.